Hi, this is Lada from Astrolada.com, and today I wanted to make a compatibility and astrological analysis between Prince Harry and his fiancée currently at this moment. They just announced it, Meghan Markle, and to see how their relationship is indicated in their separate horoscopes, how their marriage partners are indicated, and also very quick compatibility. I'm gonna be using very simple, basic astrology so you understand it, and a few more, a few more specific astrological techniques, but I usually use more sophisticated methods, but I want you to see how simply it is indicated even using the simplest astrology knowledge. And of course, for a lot of you, it will be very complicated, but if you know some astrology background, houses, signs, you would immediately understand what I'm talking about. And they've met 2016, and they've just announced they're getting engaged. And Meghan is American with Caucasian and African American background. She's half and half. She's foreign. That's a precedent. Never British royalty has married an American lady. And we're moving. There's progress. A British royal marrying a woman from an African American background, which is amazing. I love hearing such stories. I love good stories. And of course, I wanted to jump on that opportunity to analyze it. So let me share with you first. Let's start, see which horoscope are we going to look at first. Just a second. Let's start with the horoscope of Prince Harry. You see the chart? There we go. And this is Prince Harry, born 1984. And let's analyze how the relationship and marriage is indicated in his horoscope. And we always judge from the marriage partner and the one that one is meant to be with, and the relationship one attracts from the seventh house. It starts here. Seventh house is basically, this is the house Cancer for Prince Harry, and we have to analyze if there are any planets there. We don't have any planets in the seventh house, so we analyze the sign, but especially the ruler of the seventh house, to see indications of who the partner is going to be and the partnerships generally. And we're going to analyze Venus as well, the planet of love. In male horoscope, Venus, this is the symbol of Venus, indicates the wife. So does the seventh house and the planet that rules it. Let's look at it. Well, the seventh house is in Cancer. What country is ruled by Cancer? The States, United States. Sun is in Cancer. Sometimes it can be just as literal like that you can marry someone from the States if you have Cancer on the seventh house, because for another country that is indicated by Cancer. Usually Cancer means home. But in this case, look, Venus, the planet of love, is in the ninth house. This is the ninth house cusp here. So for him, he's more attracted to foreign women. Ninth house indicates foreign places, places that are different than where you were born, or while you were traveling, they met in Canada. When your Venus in the male horoscope is somehow connected to the ninth or 12th house, and for him it's connected to the ninth house, you can meet your partner while you're traveling in a foreign country. You can be attracted to foreigners, people from a different culture. And that's why, in his case, the Cancer seventh house cusp, it's more indicative of an American, someone who is not from the same country, but from a country that is Cancer ruled, America, the States. And it means that he would be looking for someone who is home, who has some Cancer qualities in them. And you'll see in a little bit how Meghan, she's a Cancer ascendant. Basically, he is looking for someone with Cancer qualities. It's not necessarily that the person should be Cancer, sun, moon, or ascendant, but her ascendant is in Cancer. She corresponds directly to the kind of qualities he's looking in a partner, because the ascendant shows your destiny here in life, who you are, your personality. The ascendant, sun, and moon show big parts of the personality of a person, And Meghan, this is her horoscope. She's Cancer rising, Cancer ascendant. This is your, the ascendant shows basically your path, your destiny here. So before, if you're in ancient Greece and they ask you, what's your sign? You wouldn't say your sun sign, you would say your rising sign. And because you're under the incarnation of Cancer when your ascendant is Cancer. So she directly corresponds in the horoscope to the partner that he's looking for with Cancerian qualities, with her own, with her own ascendant. compatibility indication already. She's like his mirror image, because Prince Harry is Capricorn ascendant, so he's an institution. Capricorn is an institution, he's tied to an institution, and he's looking for someone with homely values, with Cancerian values, someone who would create a safe haven for him, someone who kind of has Cancer is like the motherly, protective, nurturing qualities. Even Cancer indicates older women. He's attracted to all the more mature women, because Cancer is the sign of motherhood, of women, mature women, women that mother you in a sense. And Meghan is that. Look at her Cancer ascendant. She's nurturing, she's maternal, she wants to create a family. It's part of your destiny when your ascendant is in Cancer, to create family, to hold those family values as well, to be nurturing, caring, and she corresponds to that. But let's analyze more. The ruler of the 7th house gives you much more details about the partner. And this is the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Look at Princess Harry's moon. The moon is exalted. It's in the strongest sign possibly it can be. So it indicates that the partner he's going to have, the marriage partner destined for him in this lifetime, will be someone of a very high exalted status. In a sense, and also good dignity planet shows someone with a good dignity, good quality character. It's like he's not going to be looking for trashy women in a sense. He's going to be looking with women with and not only Taurus is ruled by Venus, beauty, beautiful woman. Taurus is beautiful, kind of feminine, is the most feminine sign. She's attractive, but also she's exalted in some way. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, artistic. He'll be attracted to women that are artistic, that somehow are connected with something. Taurus rules the arts of any sort, because Venus and Libra, both Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. And both of his planets, the ruler of the 7th house of relationships, the moon, and Venus, the planet of the wife, and what a man is attracted to, both of those planets are in a sign ruled by Venus, in signs ruled by Venus. Venus is in Libra, Taurus, the moon is in Taurus, so he definitely is attracted to a beautiful woman. Venus means, signs ruled by Venus make a person beautiful. His wife will be beautiful. She'll be cultured. Venus is a very cultured planet, very about arts, about, and I think Meghan is an actress and designer as well. She designed a fashion collection as well, and she corresponds to all those qualities. To being a beautiful woman, being a woman of culture as well. Venus, sensual. There's lots of sensuality in Venus signs, especially in Taurus, earthiness. But look, his moon, the ruler of the 7th house, is with the South Node. The North Node, this symbol here, it's called Rahu in ancient Vedic astrology. In Western astrology, we call it the North Node of the moon. And all ancient books says this indicates a foreigner, someone who is very different than you, someone who is darker in skin than you as well. Rahu darkens or makes someone very exotic. So Rahu is known as a foreign element. In ancient times, this was considered a bad planet, because to be married, especially if Rahu is connected to the 7th house or the ruler, it meant you'd marry a foreigner, and ancient cultures didn't like that. The ancient culture said that's disaster, But nowadays, we're a very progressive society. We've just noticed in astrology, when the ruler of the 7th house or the 7th house is somehow connected, or Venus, with the North Node, someone marries someone exotic. It might be a different culture, religion, country, might be a different ethnical background, skin color, all of the racial background, someone more exotic than you. So you see, we have this indication. She'll be very beautiful. She'll be cultured, Taurus, artistic in some sort. And also the moon is in the 5th sign from the ascendant. Yes, it's in the 4th house, considering an equal house system, but it's in the 5th sign, which means creativity, someone who is in center stage position, someone who is actor, performer. Plus Taurus is the sign of Taurus is the sign of art as well. So we have here, he's attracted to beautiful women who are kind of exotic, foreign as well, Venus in the 9th house, cultured, very well-mannered. Venus in Libra, he would like women that are classically beautifully cultured, well-mannered, appropriate, who know how to keep etiquette. So obviously Meghan should be someone who does that. And look, analyzing his Venus as well, Venus in the ninth house, we say it is someone who is foreign, conjunct the ninth house, because Venus is in Libra, its own sign. Planet in its own signs delivers the best quality. Just like the moon, the ruler of the seventh house in its own sign, delivers the best quality, dignity. So he's looking for a woman with a good status. And obviously Meghan has a, well, not as high as his, but its promises also good relationships, but just a bit delayed in his life because the ruler, the moon, is opposing Saturn, which means that relationship come after 30 onward. Saturn is a delaying influence. The marriage partner comes, a bit later. And Venus in Libra is also means someone designer, into art, into beauty, and she's all those things. Also very beautiful, well-mannered. As a man with Venus in Libra, if you get like a boorish, wild, drunken woman, no. And maybe he's had, affairs with such ladies, but that would not be the ultimate lady. And look how classy Meghan Markle looks, at least in my eyes, she does. Classically beautiful lady. Plus the moon being opposition with Saturn, the ruler of the seventh house, who the partner is opposition with Saturn. Here Saturn is age different, someone a bit older, It's not a very close opposition, so the age difference is not so big, They have like 3 years age difference only. If Saturn was, say, at 21 degrees where the moon was, they might have been 7 or more years age difference, but still Saturn delays a little bit and gives some age difference. And with this Venus in Libra, also he wants a woman that maybe has some Venusian qualities. Well, sophisticated, creative, artistic, again, Libra, diplomat, delegate, and she was even a spokesperson for a diplomat of some sort in her work as well. But look, the kind of woman he's attracted to has Libra qualities. Well, look at Meghan. She has moon in Libra. Her personality, the moon is personality, her femininity, both Venus and the moon in a female horoscope shows how one behaves as a woman, how a woman behaves as a woman. It's in Libra. Her moon is in Libra. So definitely she's someone who is classy, who has those qualities of Libra, who knows how to behave, etiquette in public places, who is classically educated as well somehow, Libra. Her femininity is sophisticated femininity, Venus, and the moon in Libra, sorry. So, and that's a very strong compatibility factor. When a man's Venus, what one is attracted to, is conjoined with a woman, is in the same sign as a woman's moon, who she is as a woman, well, she represents everything that a man wants. Well, at least part of what he wants. Plus, his Pluto is at 21 degrees Libra, while her Pluto is at 21 degree Libra, while his Venus is at 17. So they're in conjunction, very close conjunction. So it's kind of a fatal attraction, almost very intense, very sexual, passionate, intense, very much from the beginning. Because the Pluto-Venus connection is also the connection of even forbidden love of some sort, or very strong sexual chemistry. Pluto makes you obsess. Pluto makes you desire someone. And look, it's her Pluto on his Venus. So she has the power over him, for him to obsess, to desire, to want to, to feel like, when Pluto is on someone's Venus, the person with the Venus feels, it can go both ways, but there is an obsessive and kind of extreme reaction to each other, but in a loving way, because it's Venus involved, and in a very extreme way. I love you, hate you, forever and ever, So there is a strong indication here, very strong compatibility factor. Sometimes Venus-Pluto connections can be too intense, and they can, like the universe will not allow so much intensity because it can break you psychologically unless there are other compatibility factors. And we talk, her ascendant is in Cancer. He looks for a partner who is Cancer connected. Her moon is in Libra. He's looking for a woman, Venus, who has Libra qualities as well. And let's look a little bit at her as well, at her horoscope. So we saw how his horoscope indicates a foreigner, all those things. She'll be classy, she'll be beautiful, she'll be kind of exotic in some sort, and she'll come to live in his place because the ruler of the seventh house is conjunct the fourth house, because his home, the fourth house, because his home country, and she comes and she lives there with him. But very likely, because it is his horoscope and the north node is there with the fourth house as well, he'll have two homes. They'll probably live half time in America, half time in the States, half time in United Kingdom, because the north node in the fourth indicates foreign influences connected to the home. So he might have residence in foreign places as well. And look at her horoscope now. What is her partner? Let's analyze her seventh house cusp, which is marriage partner. Well, it's in Capricorn. And Capricorn means that she's supposed to marry an institution, Capricorn rules institutions. She is not marrying just a person, someone with social status that is very old, that is the social status that is very established, almost like an institution. This is Capricorn. Usually for normal people, this indicates someone like a boss in a company, someone that is comes from a conservative background of a sort. Well, Prince Harry is not so conservative himself, but he comes from such, a background, and she's meant to marry an institution. And a bit later in life, Capricorn means when you have it on the seventh house cusp, you're meant to get married a bit later. If you marry before 30 or 30, even before 36, it can be a marriage that falls apart. And she had one marriage that didn't work out for a couple of years only, because she got married a bit younger. She was maybe late 20s, early 30s. She met him in her 20s. So that was a bit earlier. Saturn in the seventh house requires that you either marry someone much older than you while you're younger, or that you marry someone after Saturn matures. Saturn matures after the first Saturn matures at the age of 35 to 36. Well, she's just passing that age of 36 now. She's just moving, she just turned 36. So that was a pivotal year for her, 35, 36, when Saturn, the planet that rules the seventh house, matures, that it can fulfill the promise of the seventh house of marriage. To marry someone as an institution, once she gets married, she'll be loyal, to the right person, and at the right time, of course. And we have to analyze Saturn to see what kind of quality this person will be, his social status, and where is Saturn? Saturn is in the best sign possible, in Libra. Saturn is strongest in Libra. So someone with very strong social status, plus it's conjunct the fourth house cusp, which for the partner becomes the 10th house cusp. So the highest house cusp, if we're looking at the horoscope from the partner's point of view, the seventh house is his first house. And then her fourth house cusp here, where Saturn is, will be his 10th house cusp, which is high social status, very dignified, high level. So when you seeing the ruler of the seventh house being in exaltation, like Saturn is in Libra, it indicates someone of very high standing, or someone, a relationship of very high quality, and someone with good character quality as well. But usually like a very strong social state, plus it's in the 10th house, very visible, 10th house from the 7th house for him, so very visible person. And of course they'll create a family, because Saturn is conjunct the fourth house cusp. That will be the main priority. Her fourth house cusp will be this relationship will be about creating stable family. And look at that also, Saturn, the ruler of her marriage, is with Jupiter. Jupiter means someone, again, esteemed, in high position. Jupiter means it's like a royal planet, the biggest planet, so someone larger than life. Of course, he's a prince. Jupiter rules people with lots of money, rich people, people in power of some sort, people in high positions in society. And also look, the moon is conjunct Saturn. The moon is her, because it rules the ascendant. They're very close. There is very strong here connection. When the ruler of the first and the seventh are together, the two people are very closely. You end up in a relationship sooner or later in your life that is extremely close. You two merge and become one. And it's not going to be without any stresses, because Saturn receives square from Mars. There might be especially more hidden influences, because Mars comes from the 12th house, that especially from a family that comes, because Mars is in Cancer. And that is kind of undermining a little bit the relationship, or creating stresses, because Mars is planet of anger. It squares the 7th house of relationships. So due to family issues, due to especially hidden enemies that are connected to the family, 12th house is hidden enemies, or such kind of hidden intrigues that happen, unspoken things, that affect her relationship. Saturn is the ruler of the relationship, and her as well, but they're connected. They are, whoever her life partner is meant to be, she merges with him, she becomes one, and they can resist the pressure from Saturn, but it will from Mars, a family that undermines somehow, but still, it's a strong indication. Who is she looking for? Someone with Capricorn strong influence. Look at Prince Harry, his rising is in Capricorn. He's an institution in himself. She's meant to marry someone who is an institution, She's meant to marry someone a bit when she's a bit older as well, and that's when he's coming with her Saturn return. Also, someone who, someone who is in high society, because the ruler of the 7th house is in Libra, high society. Well, he is in high society. And someone who is foreign as well. Why? Because Saturn is conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter rules foreigners as well. Just like the North Node. North Node is more exotic. Rahu, if a planet that rules your 7th house cusp, or the 7th house is with Rahu, it's more like someone more exotic, that is a bit, that kind of breaks taboos and rules. And his horoscope indicates that through his marriage he'll break taboos and rules. Of course, he's getting married to a woman of a mixed background from a different country. While Jupiter just indicates someone who is foreign, and Jupiter rules her 9th house cusp. Foreign places, they meet while she's traveling in a foreign place somehow, So you see how it is indicated. And look, something interesting. They met 2016, while Jupiter was transiting Virgo, her Venus, the planet of love. So she falls in love. 2016, she falls in love, and it says that a few months later, he started texting her after they met, crazy, obsessively, and they started dating seriously. Well, by that time, Jupiter moved into Libra over his Venus, the planet of being in love. So the second part of 2016 and the biggest part of 2017, he was definitely in love with Jupiter over Venus, and he was happy in love. So wherever Jupiter transits Venus, there is a great chance for you to fall in love, to get married. Of course, there are other things that will confirm this. But they're more sophisticated astrology methods that I don't want to talk about. They're called progressions and solar return charts. I don't want to make it too complicated, but just very simple. Jupiter first transited her Venus. She was smitten. Then it went to his Venus. He got more and more smitten. And now it's going to be transiting his 10th house cusp, which is about changing of social status, which 10th house cusp is connected to transits there. Or Saturn, even you can get married, or you can change your social status in a big way. So, and while she's going to be having this year, while they're getting married, 2017, Jupiter transiting her 5th house cusp here in Scorpio. 5th house cusp is being in love and even getting pregnant. I won't be surprised if she might get pregnant by the end of 2018, while Jupiter is still in Scorpio till October or something like, till the end of 2018, she might even get pregnant basically very fast. And look, she naturally has Uranus in the 5th house of children. So pregnancy and a child can come very, very fast for her, very quickly. Plus, when Jupiter transits the 5th house cusp, is known for people to get engaged or to fall in love, or sometimes even get married, because 5th house is the house of being in love. So they both have strong indications that there is, the horoscope is indicating change of status for her, even through children coming for him, marriage as well, and for her. And last but not least, her Venus is in Virgo. Venus is how she loves, what she loves, who she loves. Well, look where his sun is. His sun is in Virgo as well. The sun is the essence of a person. And it's his deep essence, basically. And his sun is in Virgo. Her Venus, how she loves, who she loves, is there. Very strong compatibility for two people that like each other, that love each other. So, and there is another chart that I checked. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is something called the 9-divisional chart, which is the soulmate chart. This is a bit more complicated astrology. I have a whole course which is 4 hours on. I'm teaching this method on compatibility, which is checking the soulmate chart. This is the soulmate chart, the 9-divisional chart. You take someone's chart, you dissect it into 9 divisions. It's a bit complicated to explain. And you look at that chart because this is the chart of the soul, what the soul craves for, the biggest spiritual growth a soul can do in this lifetime. And if someone is meant to be our soulmate or marriage partner, even sometimes in a negative, if you're meant to walk up on the same path with someone in this lifetime, it's indicated through, the 9th chart, the 9-divisional chart, the soulmate chart, what your soul craves for, what your soul desires on a deep level, the qualities your soul wants to grow into in this lifetime. And according to ancient Sanskrit text, you need to have connection between your 9-divisional chart with the birth chart of the other person, and it should go both ways. The other person's 9-divisional soul chart, what the soul craves for, should have connection with your birth chart through the moon, through the sign of the moon or the opposite one, the sign of the ascendant or the opposite sign one, or the sign of the nodes. So let's see, her moon in that soul chart is in Scorpio. The soul wants to, and we need to see if he has his ascendant, moon, or north node in the sign of Scorpio or Taurus. One of the, always the same sign or the opposite sign we have to look. Well, her moon gear is in Scorpio. The soul craves either Scorpio or Taurus soulmate connection in someone. And he has that. He personifies that in his birth chart. Sorry, where is it? Here it is. Look at his chart. He has the moon in Taurus. So basically in the 9-divisional chart, the soulmate chart, the moon is in Scorpio. And as I said, you have to correspond either the same sign or the opposite sign with the other person's birth chart, moon. And with the nodes, or the north, south, and north node, they're always opposite each other. And look, his north node is also in Taurus, in the sign opposite her moon in the 9-divisional chart. So 2 powerful soulmate connections here. And also let's check, sorry, it's a bit let's check. She has her north node and south node in that chart in Leo, sorry, in Aries and Libra. Let's see if he has something in Aries or Libra. Well, he has just Venus, but we're looking for the moon, the south node, or the ascendant. So no, but they already have 2 connections there. And now let's look at her soulmate chart. His soulmate chart. The moon is in Cancer in his soulmate chart. He's craving for someone who has either Capricorn or Cancer sun, moon, north node, south node, or ascendant. Well, remember, she has her ascendant in Cancer. Meghan, she has her birth chart ascendant in Cancer, where his moon, his 9-divisional moon is. So his soul craves, and the spiritual lessons his soul wants to grow into the person he wants. The 9-divisional chart, the person you want to grow into and become, and you're attracted through your marriage partner. So she has that Cancer quality he's looking for through his moon there. Also, you look at the south and north node. Well, he has it in Virgo and in Pisces. She doesn't have her ascendant, moon, or nodes in Virgo Pisces, so this is not connection. But his ascendant and seventh house, so the opposite sign, is in Aries. So he's looking for someone who has either moon, ascendant, or south north node in Aries or Libra. Well, she has her moon in Libra. So you see, we have two soulmate compatibilities, two soulmate connections going from the 9 divisional chart of what the soul craves for, what the soul is longing to become with, and the birth chart is who you are already. So the 9th chart is who you want to become, and you're attracted. These are qualities that are sleeping in you. So as you saw, this is Meghan's birth chart. She needs to have and to personify qualities of, of what her future husband, is dreaming or kind of longing. He's always longing to. So he had moon day in Cancer. And as I said, only 3 factors are compared: the moon, the ascendant, and the south north node, with the opposite signs, of course. The ascendant and the moon can be, either in for example, in Cancer or Capricorn. And you saw how they both have those compatibility factors, soulmate compatibility factors. So, it's a bit complicated, but if you take that course on soulmate compatibility, I'll walk you through the chart step by step for you to see how actually it's very easy. It's just 3 factors. You have to look from the 9 divisional chart to the birth chart of the other person and vice versa. That indicates deep soul compatibility. Well, they have the soulmate connection. Their souls crave for what they already each other are in real life. Plus, they have the strong indications because the birth chart, only how we analyze it at the start, indicates the facts around the relationships, all the young social status, So they kind of really indicate strong. Of course, there were some difficulties. We don't want to go into that. Let's stay positive. It's good news. We don't want to rain on their parade. There were some difficult indications, but overall, there's strong soul and emotional connection and indications for love there. So that's my analysis. I would be glad to hear what you write below, because there are amazing astrologers out there as well, and people who even who are learning astrology. And I admit I miss things. If you have another factor to point out, do write below, write your comments and what you think about their relationship. And I'm wishing them fantastic married life, children suddenly. Maybe 2018 can bring a pregnancy, very likely, because she has Jupiter transiting a 5th house cast. So all the best to them. I'm Lada from Astrolada.com, and that was a quick and fun astrology analysis of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.